Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
I just had a brain stall. Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Friday, December 23rd. It is 2 days until Christmas. And out there, it's terrible.
The weather outside is frightful.
It is terrible. We got like maybe 3 inches of snow, and it is just blowing and blowing and blowing. So, solid chance you're going to hear some wind, possibly hear some wind in the background.
Considering it's blowing through the windows.
And we have good windows. Yeah, it's a couple of the gusts are getting through the windows.
We have decent windows. We don't have good windows. The good windows are stupidly expensive.
We have pretty good windows. It has shaken the house a couple times. And there's a solid chance that I will drop an F-bomb if it blows hard. So.
There's your viewer discretion warning.
There's your viewer discretion warning. We are here with the WIP parade. I forgot something. But it's okay. I'll grab it when we stop for a second. Sorry. We are here with WIP parade because we will not be able to film on Monday. So we're going to film WIP parade today. Because that sounds like a great idea. You guys will see this posted on Tuesday. So, are you ready?
I have more WIPs than I'm comfortable with right now.
He says to me.
I said that I'm comfortable with. Each person has their own threshold, dearie dear.
Yes, dearie dear. Well, then you need to figure out what you wish to stitch on for 2023. I think you already have. And focus on those. And you can do what they call tissue box with like this, the elemental dragons. Stitch one, finish one. You know, when you finish stitching on one, work on the next one.
That's kind of what I was going to do.
So, alright. Well, we're going to start with Joe's WIPs, right?
Sure. I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's go.
We'll start with Joe's WIPs. We're going to put a break in here. Okay, Joe's WIPs.
Yay. Starting off with Ink Circles, Elemental Dragons, Fire. Oh, we're going to take every single one of these out of the package. The glare is real.
The glare is real. It's very bright because of the sun glare. Hold on. Tilt. Tilt it slightly. There you go. So obviously, there may not be all that clear. I do apologize.
Sorry, I had this organized and then gravity.
And
Could need something to put on the back of it so you can see it properly. And that doesn't actually help.
that's the best you're going to get because it is blocking the light. Plans for this for next year?
Finishing it?
Is it on your...
Yes. The first 3 I'm going to show you are the 3 of the 4. The other one I haven't actually restarted yet.
Okay. On your daily 30 yearly declarations.
By the way, did they approve that? I don't know if they did or not. I never got one way or the other about it. I got to talk about that after this. Next one is the Light World map from Legend of Zelda. Oh, I forgot to say what this is on. Oh well. This is on Cleveland Crud 18 count by her. I almost got the first page done. Yeah, it doesn't actually help, I don't think.
Yeah, that does nothing for this one. Well,
but at least it's really solid, though. So
it's very solid, so...
Okay. Then we have another Ink Circles, Squirrels of Sumatra.
Squirrels of Sumatra.
Oh, I probably should have taken this out of the frame. Could you pause for a second, dear?
Hold, please. Okay, we're back. Hold it in front of my face. I can see it.
Yep, this is... I got part of the border done. Fortunately, this one I'm going to have to do a little think on in order to figure out, like, a different frame or something, because this is the one that blew my wrist clean to you-know-what.
That's the one that was ouchies.
For a good solid 2 weeks. Yeah, that's a solid ouchie.
That's a solid ouchie. It's a solid ouchie. That's on, what is that on? That is on, I think that's a solo die.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
mine. It's just something I threw together for him. I do that a lot. Oh, and there's the snowplow. Did you hear it? You probably did.
Okay. That's that. And then we have the...
So those are the three, those are 3 of the 4 that are on your...
Please and thank you list, yeah.
Your daily 30 list. Okay.
Yeah, I got like a square, so I'm not gonna count that.
Yeah, that was the one where the floss didn't work with the fabric.
This is, yup.
That's yeah,
Ink Circles, Elemental Dragons of Earth. Yay.
Yay. I think we did all those. Those were gunmetal.
Yup. This is
Elemental Dragon's water as it flops over. Whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. Doing my best to control the glare. Hold on. There we go.
Yep. I actually plan on getting fire, and then I'll probably start working on water.
Yes. And then you also have Elemental Dragon's air, but when you started it, the fabric kind of ate the thread, and you couldn't see anything, so I redyed a piece of fabric, and you just haven't restarted it yet.
Yep. That's not...
I actually think the fabric is still sitting in my crafter.
Okay, then we have the ones that I have no idea when I'm getting back to.
And we have no idea when we're getting back to these.
Sorry, random sticker. Go.
Random
Yikes.
stickers grow stuck.
Okay, this is Ink Circles. You might see a theme with me, but if you're new here, yes. If you're not new here, you know. Ink Circles. Circular Logic.
Circular Logic.
I really need to get more work done on that one. This one's probably, if I get done all of the dragons, or if I'm just bored, I might do this one.
This one is, it's a variegated floss from, I think it's Karen's.
Gloriana.
It's Gloriana Silk.
And
One of our friends was able to find it in her LNS for him because I ordered the fabric and the pattern, or the pattern and the flosses in February. I still don't have the flosses I ordered for him.
that's all I got done on it.
That's on another piece of gunmetal.
Yup.
Gunmetal's his thing.
But I don't own any guns. It's just I like the good.
I like the gray too.
I like dark grays.
I like that gray.
This one I am going to finish. It's just I don't want to do it for anything counted or anything because it's literally just beading. It's Nora Corbett's.
Nora Corbett.
Evanora.
Nora, I finished Claire last year.
I gotta get this done by the end of the year. I just need to. I might actually get this done during the week once we're done with all the holiday adventure stuff.
This is, yes.
All I need to do on this is beading. That is all that remains, is the beading.
Yay.
So, everything else is good.
There's cookies on my computer screen.
So, hopefully I get this done, and then she'll be good to go. I should probably keep this where I can find it, so I keep remembering about it, because I do want to get it done. Plop.
Plop.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
Oh, what a relief it is. The cat is talking to us right now.
Oh my god.
He's a turd.
I don't know if there's any kind of designer or anything on this.
I don't know that there's any designer on it because I just don't. I never saw one.
It's called Phases of the Moon.
Moon phases. You got that as a gift last year for Christmas.
And I just haven't gotten back to it. Like, it's a really cool pattern. I just haven't gotten back to it.
Yep.
There's probably going to be a theme.
It happens.
And then this was Laura's Great Adventure on me. Ink circles, tangled fire. You put that up there. You're better at that than me.
Tangled fire. This was the one I got you for your birthday.
Yeah, and I got it a little bit started and then just noped. Once I get done one of the other two bigger ones, like probably the Liberty Angel or all four of the elements, I'm going to start this one.
Okay, we'll work on that one again. Got a little bit.
I don't know which way it goes. I honestly don't. I'll figure that out when I get that far.
We'll figure.
I have it marked. I just don't want to get the pattern out while I'm recording.
True story.
And that's it. And yes, I know I don't have anywhere near as much as she does, but I have about 4 times as many active projects as I normally do.
So, yes.
Because I also have a bunch I want to start. I just haven't worked on them in the last year. Because I don't stitch that much. Are we ready to begin?
Okay.
Should we break here for the...
Let's break.
An arm or a femur?
Nothing. Because I can't get you to the hospital today.
Let's talk about you.
Not me.
Okay, button pressing time. And we're getting.
Okay, time for my whips.
Better make sure I'm comfy in this chair.
Hope you're comfortable. Hope you grabbed a drink, maybe a snack. A little something. Maybe pause and go potty. No, it's not. It's not that bad. I counted it at one point, but I'm not gonna lie. When I read the list out, I have had 2 finishes since then. You've seen them. Okay, let's start with. I am doing WIP Go again in 2023. I am not doing Letters of the Month. I just hit September and crash and burn, and so the idea for WIP Go this year.
Oh, we're doing plans for the next year too? Those just the whips.
Well, whips and plans. That's why I asked you if those were the 4 that you were doing.
Oh, okay. I was just confused. I'm just a confused husband.
Was there something else you needed to share?
No, I actually did manage to stay home at my accident.
Okay.
Then again, I usually have, like, plans.
I know. So, there's 25 slots on WIP Go. 13's your free slot. So I did 6 categories. And then just repeated them on the second half of the board. Oh, hot eye cookie. Okay. So, I have broke down my whips into categories of something that is almost done, that I will finish in 2023. Something that is kind of not almost done, but not like super far from being done, and has a priority of being stitched on. And then something that we're far off from being done, don't really have a priority of stitching on it at this point. The ones that are kind of in the mid-range, priority of stitching on them to hopefully finish them this year, or maybe get them to the almost done stage by the end of the year. So, Joe has a pick on WIP Go.
I have a squirrel.
I see this.
He kept bugging me, so I picked him up. And
I see this.
you know this kitty wants attention when he stays up.
He's done. So, Sal...
Actually, no, he's going.
Apparently not. Sal or series, because I have several of those. A new start, a pretty lady, a Christmas ornament, a Christmas that is not an ornament, something that is fall, something that has an animal on it, and something that has a building on it. Now, some of those categories, WIPs are going to crisscross. I will attempt to remember. I haven't entirely looked at all of my WIPs and said this goes into this category, and this category. So if I do that, I do that. If I don't, well.
Want my advice?
What?
At least for me, flexibility makes it so that you don't burn out.
Well, and that's why I did categories as opposed to specific projects.
Oh, and just so y'all know, there's a good chance that Joe picks will be done with dice rolls.
Because D&D. Okay, so these are in no particular order. I will tell you what I have it in as far as almost finished, far from finished, middle from finished. We're just going to start with this one right here. This is Merry Christmas, y'all. It's my boot from Diane Arthur's For Imaginating. The goal on this is to get this to the almost finished list by the end of the year. Because once I finish this boot, it will be into the almost finished list. So the brown of the boot is all stitched. Quick WIP update for you, because you haven't seen this since our last video. The brown of the boot is almost stitched. As you can see, I have the candy cane roping on this side of the boot. And then I've started the border of the boot, and yeah, you probably can't see that very well, because for some reason white does not like to be photographed.
Considering it is currently being bleached out by snowblind, yeah, I can see why that'd be hard.
So there's some greenery on top of the boot here, and then the boot backstitching. My goal is to have that all done by the end of the year. I don't know if I'm actually going to reach that goal, but that's my goal for the end of the year.
Ready for my smart comment?
What?
One of the things that I actually went over today in this crud. Luckily, it's across the street. I went over to the store and got the dog little booties with rubber soles so that she doesn't freeze her paws, because she
objects to the heavy, clunky booties that we got. But she let me like stick baby socks on her feet. I had layers of baby socks on her feet. So we got something that's a little bit softer. Hopefully she abides by that, because those were not cheap.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I'm just glad they had something, because it's actually a feed store, not a doggy supply store. So.
Yeah, it's a feed store. Okay, so then I did not put this one on my WIP categories. This is a Sal, so this will be worked on probably for the Sal prompt next year.
Oh, just because I actually have friends who don't know what stitching is, watch our videos. I actually got told by a couple of people in D&D, they watch some of our videos.
Oh.
And also Nate from work.
Oh.
So SAL stands for Stitch Along. It's a type of pattern where it's given out in pieces.
Well, so there's two types of SALs. There's the SAL where the designer gives the pattern out in pieces, or there's the SAL where a bunch of people all buy the same pattern and stitch it all together.
Okay. Yeah, I was just referring
I generally call them start-alongs because I never keep up and I always get behind.
Okay, I didn't know that was actually considered the same thing, but okay.
Yes, so this is titled Tale as Old as Time. This is on a piece of silk weavers. Something, I don't know what. I lost the tag long ago. Each of those little boxes are rooms, which are scenes from the Beauty and the Beast movie, in case you're new here. So, and I will be working on them for the Daily 30 Stitch Along prompt, because I do want to get this done, even though it's a pain in my booty.
At least it's not one of the blurry image pretty ladies.
Yeah.
You still have that one to finish, don't you?
Okay. Next up. I hope her cover photo's in here. Oh, it's not.
But I just flip it.
I have no, because I have no idea where I've done with her cover photo.
Okay.
Because I pulled everything out from back there. This is Mirabilia's Raven Queen. I'm pretty sure I have her in the... Oh, she is also... She would be a mid-range sort of WIP. She is definitely not close to being done, but she has definitely got significant work. She is one of my 4 Daily 30 yearlies. She was charted all in teals, and I have changed her to reds. I have the castle on this side to finish, and then all of the bottom of her dress. Her dress flares out a lot. Like I said, I need to find her chart.
Hold on a second. Oh,
I think it might actually be on my end table.
Do you want me to go look for it?
I mean, if you want, it's not that big of a deal to me. This is another one of my Daily 30 yearly pieces. This one is almost finished. This is why I picked her to go on the Daily 30. Because when I picked out my Daily 30 yearlies, I picked out one chart that was almost finished, 2 charts that were in the middle category, and then 1 chart that was a long range from being done. Alright, so here's the cover photo of Raven Queen. As you can see, I still have this bit to do, and then all of this dress. And as you can see, I've changed the dress color. Thank you, sweetie.
You're welcome, and I hope we don't die from wind overdose.
Okay, so there's Belle by Shannon Christine. This is stitched on a piece of 28 count Raven, not Raven Queen, because this is a little bit darker than Raven Queen, which Raven Queen is stitched on, because I didn't have a name for the color. Raven Queen was stitched on, and we just named it Raven Queen. Don't ask. So, here is where we are on Belle. All I need to do is finish the bottom of her skirt. This is a lot of white. There's white and beads and backstitch. So, there's like some in between white and yellow, like in here against the sides of this. I'm going to get that put in, and then do the back stitching on the yellow part of the skirting. But she is a goal to be finished next year. She's been around since 2019. That's an awful long time. She was born before the pandemic. Ha ha ha. Okay, that joke I know.
And you yell about my jokes.
I know. Okay. This is one that is a long way from being done. It is deceivingly big. This picture is deceiving. This is Cora Albacora's Pumpkin Farm. This picture is deceiving. It is bigger than it looks. This is stitched on Dirt Road by the Slovak Farm. I'm just not going to say the Slovak Farm anymore. I'm just going to give you the name of the fabric, because I'm the Slovak Farm, and most of my projects are stitched on my fabric. Okay. So,
Wow.
Yes, I know.
Whatever, Stonado.
Oh, poop! There's a bad word on that needle minder. Okay. So, yeah, I've got a lot of it to do left. You can see that. And cussy word needle minders. So, it comes out of the bag, it goes right back in the bag, or I will lose stuff, and we're just not doing that.
I did the exact same thing.
It's like with Raven Queen's pattern cover photo. I thought it was in the bag because that's where I had it last, and apparently, excuse me, I took it out and didn't put it back. Alright, this one is this one in the...
She won't notice it until she edits it.
What? No, I won't notice it at all.
I want like this.
Oh. This is in that in-between category on where I'm at on it. This is Soda Stitches, Beauty and the Beast. There we go. There we go, you can see it. So, I definitely would like to make significant progress on this. This actually isn't that challenging of a stitch, because everything's like sectioned, and the middle part is definitely probably the hardest part. That's already done. Most of it was done for me because I adopted this WIP from Angie, the Hibernation Stitcher. This doesn't have cussy words. So, but as you can see, that's like really all I have done. So, we're going to put some significant progress on this year. Hopefully move it into the almost done category by the end of the year. Oh, I know what this is. I don't have a good cover photo of this. Okay. This is, sorry, you can kind of see, but the chart is with the picture. This is called Harvest Hauler. It is from the 2022 Keepsakes. Yes, the 2022 Keepsakes calendar. This was August. Hence why I don't have a cover photo of it other than that, because the calendar is somewhere upstairs. So, this is a solo piece of fabric, and this is where I got it done, where I got it to. This is definitely far off from being done. I have no immediate plans to like try to push to finish it or get it to a certain point by the end of the year. So, or by the by the end of 2023. That's what I'm trying to say. That would definitely fall into the category of an autumn pattern because it's called Harvest. Or a fall pattern because it's called Harvest. Alright. This one was thrown in the far from being done category because I actually don't have a lot of it done. This is Lace Corset by Alexandra Adelaide. It is stitched on Rapunzel. 32 count Rapunzel. In a Silks for You, I don't remember, I don't have the number. I have the number, I can't tell you it offhand, and I don't want to dig for it. So, as you can see, I've got a lot to do on it. And honestly, it may not get work done this year because it doesn't really fit into a lot of the Daily 30 like prompts. It may become something that goes on my yearly list just so that I can get progress on it. But who knows? This is a Sal. This is a goal to finish by the end of 2023. It is on a piece of heirloom. This is Supernaturals. And once I finish Supernaturals, I am going to do cryptids. I cannot remember how many. I can't remember how many creatures there were.
Marriage.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I have all the critters printed out. Most critters are more than one page. But what do I have left to finish? Oh, I have to finish the gen on here. Because I've been so hyper-focused this month on finishing stuff, I haven't done like some of I haven't stitched on a lot of things. I have to finish the gen. Take a drink. You know, I just noticed, I drink a lot when you're talking. That's when I drink when we're filming. It's when you're talking.
I'm just sitting here with my ADD brain trying not to do something stupid because I'm bored.
I'm trying to go.
No, it's not your fault, and this is just I'm just saying it might be a little weird what I'm doing because my brain's a little deep fried.
So here's a random question.
You are a random question.
Does Supernaturals count as something with an animal on it?
No, that's the cryptids.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so this is my daily 30 yearly pick from my way far away from being done category. This is the Blue Flowers, a Greyhound year.
Puppies!
Puppers! I only have the January block of this guy done. So, I've got a good start on February, but the thing is, my biggest challenge with this is, it is charted in 30-some overdyes. Weeks, Gentle Arts, and Classic Colors. There's like 30 of them. This whole page. You can kind of see it. So, I don't have the resources to do that. So I'm just picking from my stash. So it kind of like, I get done with, and I'm doing it as I go block by block, and I don't care if like technically colors are supposed to cross over on the chart. I'm just picking block by block. The only real crossover are the borders. So that does add a little bit of time to my work. This is Aquamarine. Aquamarine? I don't remember.
It looks more like aquamarine if that's what color you're actually going for.
Yes. So, this is on the daily 30 yearly list. So I do hope to get some good progress on it. Because I got it because I have a hound. And I love my hound.
Even if she's a giant pain in the bum right now because of the weather.
Yes. Right, what is this? Oh. This is far off from being done because I honestly have not touched this since I started it back in August. It is my stamped cross-stitch kit, my succulents. Honestly, I haven't touched it. Number one, it doesn't really fit into any daily 30 categories. And number two, I really got it for the purpose of, like, when we're traveling and I need something that doesn't have a lot of back and forth. Because, as you will see...
Didn't you start crocheting as soon as you get done with that, though?
I did start crocheting. as you will see, the pattern is printed on here. So, like, everything, this blue and all of it gets, it's stitched. I have this corner up here done. It's hard to see on the printing. Which is one of the reasons why doing it for Daily 30 stuff is challenging. But really, I just got it for those days where I need mindless stitching. There is a little list in here. Well, you can see it on the side. There's, you know, of what the symbols are. So, and I think, yeah, the blue box is all white, so it will be all white by the time it's done. It's just kind of a low priority to work on. It's good for, like, when we go to family and I need something, I want something to stitch on so I'm not bored, but I need something that's got minimal stuff. Especially, my brother has 2 dogs and they're kind of young, so they get a little bit rowdy. So the less stuff I have, the less chance that somebody's going to eat something they shouldn't. I'm going to lose something I don't want to. So on and so forth. Oh. This is far from being done. This is far from being done. Erica Michaels sampler book. So each page, if you're new here, each page, as you can see here, each page is 2 letters. And there is specialty stitches that start with the letter of that page. And there's like a little something on the page that starts with the letter. I have A and B done. I'm almost done with C and D too, because C is all done. See, as you can see here with C letters, there is cashmere stitches up on top of the castle. Kind of hard to see. And then the D is the diamond ray, and there's a daffodil on there. This is where I'm at with the D. As you can see, that's why I'm saying it's kind of far away from being done. I definitely need to put more stitches in on this because I enjoy this. I do. And this is just a piece of, I don't even know what the name of it is. I know it's 32 count because honestly, in the directions, it does give you the name of a fabric to use or like a color to use. But on the very back, she actually, on the back and actually in a couple places throughout in the booklet, it says all our 32 count linens or even weaves, dig into your slit, dash, and pick your own. And I know in the photo for the cashmere stitch, you can't see the C's because it's very tone on tone. And I didn't want that. So this will be like a roving accoutrement of fabrics, just to make it kind of cool and funky in my style.
Laura's new favorite word.
What?
Accoutrement.
Accoutrement. He doesn't like my word.
I didn't say that! Jeez, no more comments from me.
Don't yell at me, please.
You just yelled at me.
I'm not yelling at you. Okay, this is far from being done because I've only just started it. This is Jardin Privé. Scissors and bobbins, I can't say it in French. This is a piece of 32 count light mocha Belfast linen. This was a gift to me all kitted up and everything, so. Nope. That way. So I don't have a whole lot on it done. And I need to stitch on it more. I need to stitch on it more. That's all there is to it.
Famous words for every stitcher out there. I need to stitch in this pattern, or I need to stitch on this pattern, or I need to...
I know. We all, and he's right, we all say it. I need to stitch on it. Alright. So this is my only other almost finished project, because the other two were Strutting Tom and Santa's Hat, and you guys know from watching from last week, and if you don't, go watch last week's. I finished them. And this has been hanging out since January of 2019? 2020. It is Dimensions, Scenic Farm. Yes, my cover is completely beat the crud up. And truthfully, the house across the street just disappeared because of the wind. The snow. Blowing snow. It is blowing so hard I can't see across the street right now. Okay. This is on 18 count fabric from the kit. That's why there's little extra pieces, because I was trying to grip onto my scroll frame. And actually it does help with me holding it now, even that I stitched in hand. As you can see, I literally only have this end left to finish. So, if this is not finished by the end of 2023, we got problems, folks. This will be, if I finish Belle before I finish Scenic Farm, this will be the next thing that gets, the almost finished that gets put on the yearly list. Because I want that finished. I bought it because I liked it. I buy everything because I like it. I stitch everything because I like it.
Nick, honey?
What?
Have you actually spent money on a pattern you didn't like?
No.
Like, did you just look at a pattern and say, this is ugly, I'm going to buy it?
I have some patterns.
I meant while in the store, not once you got it home.
No.
You get my point, though.
I do get your point. Although I have had some patterns where I've gone, I don't think I'm actually going to stitch a sweater to buy it.
Oh, I've done that more times than I can count.
Okay.
Actually, my problem usually is I start it, I think it's awesome, and then I realize how much confetti is in it, and I cry.
I know. I have that problem too. Okay.
Like, if it wasn't Zelda, I wouldn't be doing Zelda Map.
Shift! This one is on the middle of the road sort of finishing bit. It is a Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kit called Farmer's Market. I started it on the perforated paper and hated working it on the perforated paper. Now the ornaments aren't horribly bad, but they're smaller. This and the Santas, because I have several of the Santa kits, this is definitely getting done on fabric. The Santas that I have are definitely getting done on fabric. Because holding the perforated paper is a challenge. And yes, I have a giant piece of fabric for something that's not going to be that big. So here's where I am with what I'm working on. Now, I can tell you that obviously with the perforated paper kit, you're going to, the tan parts here, I know it's blurry, are stitched. I am not stitching the tan background, I'm stitching the red background. No. No. I lied. I'm stitching a red border around the pieces that are on the red background. Just so you have the difference of blocks. Now the middle block, I haven't entirely figured out how I'm going to do this yet. Because obviously it is all stitched. It's like 2 tans and then a green and then the back stitching. Solid chance I don't do all that stitching. And just put in the little green border and the back stitching. because that's what I want to do. And I just put it on an Ada because obviously the Mill Hill kits don't have fractional stitches because they're done on perforated paper. And you can't do fractional stitches on perforated paper.
You could do a half stitch.
Well, this is true. And honestly,
she's gonna kick my butt.
If it doesn't have fractional stitches on it, I see no problem in using Ada for it because it just makes stitching so much easier.
I can do fractional stitches with Ada.
I can do fractional stitches on Ada. I don't like to. I do like doing them on even weave a little bit more, but I can do them on Ada. Okay. We are on to Cathedral Wood Goddess by Mirabilia. She is far from being done, primarily because I am on face and hair and those horns, and there's a significant amount of metallics in her. It's a struggle bus stitching with her occasionally. I started this with Angie Hibernation Stitcher. I don't know if she's still... She kind of did a pare down of her stitches, of her stuff, and set some stuff aside and is really focusing on certain projects, so I don't know if this one made the cut to focus on. I don't think it did. I'm behind on watching Flosstube, so I haven't got to her WIP parade yet. So, that was a custom die for this project. And the bead pack for this project is ridiculous. The other reason why it's a far from being done one, because it's going to take me a hot minute. I have the wrong shirt on for this because this shirt rats up. Okay, this one is on the, this is on the Far From Being Done because I really don't have a lot of stitches in on it. Jingle All the Way from Little House Needlework. I saw that and I just was like, I have to stitch that. So, I have the fence and some of the white on the barn, which you can't see. This is on Heirloom.
Yeah, you can.
Now you can. This is on Heirloom. So we have a lot to do on this. Definitely qualifies as something with building on it. I'm pretty sure there's a horse on it, so it's animals. I can fit that into several things. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there, folks. Joe's like, oh my god, we've been at this for 30 minutes.
I'm about ready to say we're going to pause this so that because I'm assuming you have more than a few left.
Yeah.
Pause. I need to get up and run around like a chicken with the head cut off. And we also need to break up this video so it doesn't more than a half-hour segment. Because I'm afraid of it glitching out.
Oh.
And I don't want to lose the progress if something happens.
It doesn't glitch out when we film on the computer, but we'll pause so that Joe can go run around for a minute.
Hi.
We're back.
That was all of a second for you. My first was like a little...
We got the wiggles out. And he just stuff for us too. Okay, so this is
the cross stitch pattern.
Cross stitch pattern, yes. This is actually on the far from being finished list. But truthfully, I do want to put a lot of progress into this one because I am having so much fun stitching this. I love it. I'm loving watching it come to life. This is, excuse me, Pumpkin Patch by Primrose Cottage. Stitches. I changed my truck. So this is the same fabric that I did I'm doing harvest hauler on. It actually, I dyed a fat quarter, and cut it in half because I only needed a fat eighth for these two per project. So, and yes, there's some very funky yellow spots on the fabric, but I'm okay with that. So I changed the color of my truck to red. My truck is not completely done. But I feel like the truck is where the bulk of the stitching is. That banner up top may be quite significant stitching, but I'm loving this, so I want to stitch on it more. And it's a truck, a red truck, because I made it red. I like red trucks.
You just give me an idea.
Red trucks and red tractors.
Just gives me an idea.
Oh dear. Okay.
But what kind of vehicle do I want for my next one?
A truck. Okay. This one is Nora Corbett's Calla Lily Bride. Oh, yeah, she's not going to be easy to see. There we go. Obviously, she's very light colored because she is a bride. I had the genius idea to do her wings in all metallic. Not entirely sure that was my best idea. But this is actually on a Silk Weavers, I think it is Pink Champagne. Pink Champagne or Mountain Rose. But bright idea notwithstanding, I actually think I'm mostly done with her wing. So I think I have a little bit of wing left. So most of it's going to be regular cross stitch and beads. And I do think the effect of the sparkly wing is cool. So, maybe a little bit crazy, but worth it.
I love you.
Yes.
You're a lot of crazy.
Okay. This one is in the... This one qualifies as it should be a lot more done than it actually is. I started this in 2020. And like, I wanted to do like a block a month. And I was only doing, I think, 6 blocks. So literally, I mean, a block every 2 months would have finished it. I'm not. I think I'm only through block 4. But I still have to do the full coverage block. I am doing this as individual blocks because I'm going to mount them, because I'm going to do this with all of the Hawk Run patterns that I like. I'm going to cherry pick the designs out of it that I really like, and then make like a Hawk Run Village set. Excuse me. Somewhere in my house with a little like block finish on them. This is on Cleveland Crud. I hope I have enough fabric for the last 2 blocks. They might be a little closer than the top 3 are. Yes, you can see it. And I do have the 4 blocks that are on here are all done. So I do have to start the last 2 blocks. So that's why it's kind of in the, it's almost done. It's closer to being done than not category.
I don't think he's ever seen this one before.
Okay. We're almost done.
I love the look he's giving you right now.
Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Winter solstice. We started this last year.
You.
And I'm pretty sure this was New Year, New Start. Or New Year's Eve. New Start? I can't remember. There was a group of us. Angie, Beth Ann. I don't remember if there was anybody else. Sorry if I forgot you. This is on Heirloom. This reasonably could be finished in 2023. Reasonably. I know I'm not in a super rush, but I do want to get it done, so. What?
The number of times I've heard I want to get it done by the end of 2023.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to get all my plans finished. This should already be done by now. This is Be Happy. Our lovely Marsha, our Needlework Guild programs lady, designed this whole thing. This was a class in shading. So the Be Happy part is 3 different colors of brown in distinct lines. The Medina, Ohio part, which is our guild, is the Medina Needlework Guild, so it will get stitched like that, is those same 3 browns, but they're like kind of jaggedly interspersed. The beehives are, I think, 3 or 4 different yellows, and they're a blended thread effect. This line is a variegated floss. And I'm pretty sure I have that part done. And mine didn't turn out variegated. Yeah, I have that done. Mine's not very variegated. It's the floss she used, but it's just not very variegated. And I'm working on the Be Happy part. So. This should be done by now. They had a class in November on framing, and this was the piece that, like, the framing class was on. Obviously, because I can frame my own stuff. We didn't do the framing class, but... This is Victorian Way, another dimensions kit. This has good progress on it, but there is still a lot to go. I have no delusions of grandeur of getting this done this year. It doesn't look very big, but it is very nearly solid stitching. The road looks kind of cool, though. So I have to finish the 2 houses and the people in front of the house, other 2 houses. There we go. And that's on the kit fabric. The Be Happy is just, she gave us just a piece of white Aida, but I prefer even weave, so I switched it to even weave. Quaker Turtle by ARRTM. Again, this was something I started with a group of my friends, and I don't remember who all started it with us. So I do apologize. I'm a bad friend.
You're not a bad friend. Jesus, Lord of night.
This is definitely the aquamarine.
It looks like the same color.
No, it's not. Because this is the piece of fabric that a Greyhound year was started on. And I hated it on this fabric.
Okay, you're talking to the guy who has no idea about it.
Well, maybe it's the same, but nope. I have no delusions of grandeur on getting progress done on this, so, you know, it's far off from being done. It'll get worked on when it gets worked on. It is being stitched in Weeks Dye Works Bethlehem. I thought that was a pretty cool color. You can see it all variegated in there. We're getting there. Alright. This is another one that's, well, I put it in the I put it in the not near, not far category. I probably should have put it in the far off from being done category, but this is my fourth Daily 30 Yearly project. It is O Feathers by Rosewood Banner. This is stitched with sulky threads, and it's kind of cool. They're kind of cool. And I'm just doing this on a piece of white because I really wanted the colors to pop. Should make sure I don't have bad words. Several of them do have bad words. So, this is where I am. I'm probably farther off from being done than I gave myself credit for. But I do know that it'll get significant progress this year with being on the yearly. The hope is that this will be like in the almost finished category by the end of the year. The last regular WIP.
What do you mean regular WIP?
I have all of my ornaments. I'm not going through all of my ornaments.
I was going to say, would you like to have a separate video for the ornament parade?
There is only 16 ornaments that I have not finished out of the 30 that I started.
Did you just say only?
Out of the 30 that I started.
I know, but...
Little House Needleworks Fall on the Farm series. I think I'm on block, I don't know what block I'm on. I think not all of my patterns for this are in this bag now that I think of it. I'm on block 5, even though I don't have 4 done, because I was waiting on 4. This stitch is pretty quick, so I expect to see good progress on this year when I pull it out. And it does, I can fit it into quite a few things with Daily 30. So, that's it for my WIPs. It wasn't quite an hour of my WIPs. It's going to be a mini movie. I'm going to have to put everything away now.
Okay, so is this the wrap-up point? I don't know.
Yes. Hold on. Alright. That's it. That's our WIP parade. If you're a regular Flosstube watcher, you know WIP parades take a while. Can take a hot minute, and this took a hot minute. So we hope you enjoyed. We hope we enabled.
I am sorry to all the husbands of the ones we enabled.
What would we like folks to do?
Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And all the other holidays in there too.
Because we will not see you until.
Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, thingy-me-bobby, the whole YouTube spiel. And I guess that question is, do you think only 16 ornaments is a proper sentence? Which one of us do you agree with? I only have 16 out of 30 left. Well, you just started with 16 there.
Here's my question for you. How many of y'all hung in till the very end?
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.